Come in, sir.
आ जाओ,
Assalamu alaikum.
बैठो,
Thank you, sir.
कंफर्टेबल.
Yes.
We are 4 people, joint interview करेंगे.
Sir, my name is Rao Mohammad Mubashir Yu. I belong to Multan. I have done electrical engineering from Muhammad Nawaz Sharif University of Engineering and Technology, Multan, in 2017. Before that, I did FSc Pre-Engineering in 2013. After graduation, I started my career as a web developer and freelancer. In freelancing, my main expertise are content writing and virtual assistant of Amazon. My hobbies are reading books and watching movies.
You come from district Khanewal.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, introduce district Khanewal to all of us.
Khanewal is a district under the division of Multan, and it has 4 tehsil subdivision. Number 1 is Kabirwala, number 2 is Mia Channu, number 3 is Jahania, and itself Khanewal district. I belong to Khanewal village that is near to Khanewal, 7910R. And Khanewal has different main source of income is agriculture, and many people are actually in abroad as well. This is how I think Khanewal.
What is the judicial structure in Khanewal? Judicial structure क्या है judiciary का?
I think, sir, if I'm not wrong, there is no high court. It is in Multan, main bench. There is sub high courts, district court, and session courts.
If I ask you to explain economy of district Khanewal, what you will say?
The main economy source of income is agriculture, and the both crops, mainly the rabi seasons and the second one I just forget. Both seasons, the wheat, the cotton, these are the main crops in this economy, and other sources are mostly they are the job holders. This is the main economy of.
Okay, tell us something, the economic problem which Pakistan is facing.
Sir, Pakistan facing 2-3 major problems. Number 1 is our very low tax to GDP ratio. We are collecting less revenue and expanding more. Number 2 is our the issue of balance of payment, where we have less dollar and outflow is more and inflow is less. Number 3 is the issue of our different structural issues in different departments. That is like the state-owned enterprises issues, the energy crisis, they all consuming the burden on the economy. This is the major, sir, I think 3 problems in economy.
Tell me, what is the concept of deep state?
Deep state, sir, it is a military plus industrial complex plus anyone who has an access to the corridor of power is included in the deep state.
Let's go to Middle East. Because of this conflict between Hamas and Israel, there is a shift in the balance of power. What is happening? How status quo has been disturbed?
Sir, recently we have seen that the China is taking foot in the American influence areas in Middle East, and after this war, we have seen that more international players are again reactivate, like the US, which sees itself out of this region. Now again he is coming. But there is another point is recent Israel and Arab countries reapproachment and normalization of the ties. That is this war actually gave them a blow. This is how the things are changing, and the Iran is reasserting itself in this situation, and the Russia itself, which is taking the leverage of this war in its aggression in the Ukraine.
Who are the beneficiaries of Ukraine and Russian war?
First of all, the war economy itself is the main beneficiary. Number 2, in Russia.
Which and who are the beneficiaries?
Sir, in Russia, it's a Wagner group. That is main source of these Russian aggressions in different, especially in the Ukraine. This is the main beneficiary of this war. Number 2 is the war economy in the Europe as well. because before this there was a very slow pace in the NATO, and the US was withdrawing from the NATO, kind of these things in the Trump era. Now we have seen that the US again coming into the NATO with more assertion, with more funding and all these things.
कब है इंटरव्यू आपका?
Sir, it's around about in December.
अभी डेट नहीं आई?
No sir.
चलो ठीक है, थैंक यू आपने सर.
While explaining the deep state, you referred to industrial complex. Industrial, what do you mean by that?
Sir, in this industrial complex, the business persons, the tycoons, who are actually a major part in the country, in any country, who has a major part in the economy, who can influence the policies.
Okay. How do you see the system of posting and transfers in the field of PAS?
Sir, in terms of
the system of postings and transfers, how postings and transfers are made?
Sir, the basic is the rotation policy, where the one person is almost, if I'm not wrong, according to the rules, he is appointed out of the province for almost minimum 3 years, and the major transfer base is if they are completing the 2 or 3 years, they will get transfer from one post to another post. Another thing is right person for the right place in this posting, sir. If there is a person who is serving in Islamabad, and his expertise is needed in the Balochistan and other areas, he may be transferred there for the better of that area. This is how I think.
What do you know about the United Nations and its working?
United Nations, sir, has 5 parts. United Nations Security Council. Number 2 is General Assembly. Number 3 is the Secretariat. Number 4 is the International Court of Justice, ICJ. And number 5 is the Economic and Social Council. And then number 6, that was actually abandoned after the decolonization completed, in the Trusteeship Council. This is the composition of United Nations. And the more powerful organ is the United Nations Security Council, which has 5 members. The United Nations, United States, UK, France, and China and the Russia. While
only 5 members are in the Security Council.
On the permanent members, other are 10 members that are elected for the 2 years, the non-permanent members.
Okay. What reforms are being contemplated in the working of the United Nations?
Sir, there are 2 different school of thoughts on this. One is in which the Pakistan is included. I think Uniting for Peace, UFC, I think if I'm not wrong, that is actually demanding, the main crux of this group is that the composition and the working of United Nations Security Council must be in democratic ways. While there is another school of thought that in which the India is included, and the Japan, and I think the Brazil as well, they were thinking the working of United Nations Security Council increase the permanent member of this state rather than democratic ways. Pakistan is saying the working of the in democratic ways, while they are saying the number of permanent members should be increases, including the India and the Japan.
What do you mean by democratic way?
Sir, recently we have seen that there is a thaw in this Israel-Hamas crisis, in which the consensus could not be built because of the veto power. If we have a democratic consensus where we get 12 with 13 votes, it will be very beneficial. We can give some action under the United Nations Security Council.
How do you see the referral system to the Third Empire? You see, if there is an appeal, you play cricket, you must be knowing what referral system is. How do you see that?
Sir, basically there are 2 options. If there is an LBW call and the umpire on ground umpire is giving the out, there is a leverage that the inline things will be ignored, and the hitting wickets will be focused. While if there is umpire call not out, and the 2 major priorities is the inline and the wicket hitting, these 2 things are important for
How do you see the system itself?
I think, sir, it's the usage of technology, and recently there are two no balls in recent Pakistan South Africa game. It was referred by the third umpire. It was referred by the third umpire to the ground umpire that these are the two no balls. So there are good things.
Welcome to CSP's Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी।
Rao Muhammad Mubashir Ayub, you have studied electronics, power, software. How do you see the future of the world with the recent developments in AI technology?
Ma'am, recently Pakistan included, and the world is moving towards the artificial intelligence, and the rising of this AI is concern for different states and itself for the humans as well. But this technology once come into the force, I think this is a rise of new form of intelligence, that is the combination of human intelligence and the machine, that will create a revolution, and we may expect some revolutions in a kind of our actions, our social actions, our thinking and other things. This is how I'm looking artificial intelligence right now.
Elon Musk had recommended, along with some other, personalities, that there should be rules and regulations on AI research, because if uncapped, it can be a threat to humanity. What is your take on that?
I think, ma'am, that is a major concern. Even the United Nations has a moratorium on this. General Assembly, there is a resolution on this, that the ethical concerns, because if this technology is used as an unbridled power and is come into the hands of some actors which are not seeing the world as the peaceful, it will be a problem. Like the nuclear weapons, we are seeing these weapons as a minimization, and because of this threat, this is how we should take this with the ethical problems and the other.
You just spoke of nuclear. Can you tell me why Pakistan, sorry, let me ask it another way. Is Pakistan a signatory of NPT and FMCT?
Pakistan is not the signatory of NPT and neither in FMCT. Because of the Pakistan has different concerns on this. Pakistan sees that the nuclear weaponization and the de-weaponization of this era must be on all ways, not only that some states have weapons and some states have not. This will create again the race of weaponization, the security issues. If we are going to de-weaponization of the nuclear weapons, then we have to make a consensus building on all the states, irrespective of the geography and the regions and the power.
And India was given a special waiver on NSG. What is Pakistan's stance on it, and is it justified?
Pakistan stance is for the membership of Nuclear Supply Group, NSG. India should have, any state should have signed the NPT so that it can get some waivers in. But in this specific Indian case, there is a waiver specifically for the Nuclear Supply Group. That is why Pakistan is contesting its case against this membership.
Why did they give the waiver?
Ma'am, there is a play of geopolitics in this, because USA sees India as a counterweight to the China in its policy in the South Asia and the Indo-Pacific. That is why it is getting some weightage in this.
So India is also a member of Quad. Can you tell us something about Quad?
Ma'am, Quad is a four-member group in which Australia, Japan, India, and the USA. They are actually taking the military and as well military drills. They are doing military drills and exchanging the technology to empower against the counter against the China in this region and encircling the China with this Quad policy.
Could you compare Kashmir with Palestine? Do you think there's a comparison there?
Comparison, ma'am, in a sense of self-determination. The Palestine state is waving, the Palestine people are taking for their Palestine state, and similarly, the issue of the Kashmir, there was no self-determination. This is the main the comparison of this, while they have different history and the.
Your favorite personalities are Gangaram, Ruth Fowle, and Barack Obama. What is common between these three?
Ma'am, these three main, there is a public work in all these things. There is a social working in by the all three members. That is the commonality of this. While the two, mainly Rutfa and Sir Gangaram, both more focused on the social work, while the Barack Obama was the president of the USA, while now after the presidency, he is doing the social work.
So what do you think? Because I'm looking at it in the health context. So Gangaram also did a lot of work in health. Ruth Fowle worked on lepers. What do you think about Barack Obama's health care program?
Ma'am, during his presidency,
he proposed
Medicare.
Medicare, yes.
I've not read too much on this, but I will look on this.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sam.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, now, Muhammad Bashir, you read international relations. Can you tell that still Westphalian state system is still relevant in present day?
I think, sir, it is valid because the main principle of Westphalian state system was the sovereignty, sovereign authority of the state within its own subjects, and the sovereign equality that all states are equal. This is the main two principles are still.
Don't you think that globalization has challenged state sovereignty?
Yes, sir, challenged in some ways, but still the states are always reassert itself.
Okay, tell me that you are supposed to be a PAS officer and you are appointed as working as a deputy commissioner in some district. How you will exercise state sovereignty at that?
State sovereignty in terms, sir, it's actually a government sovereignty in that capacity as a DC, because I am not a sovereign in a sense that I am an elected person. I'm just a person of the official body. I'm not acting.
Can you tell me something about neoconservatives or neocons?
Sorry, sir, I will look.
What do you know about doctrine of preemptive strike?
Sir, basically it was when a state sees itself a threat before being in a...
Give some example of this doctrine when state...
Sir, the US war in Iraq was the preemptive strike.
Okay, can you differentiate between Judaism and Zionism?
So Judaism is a bit religious term, while the Zionism sees that the Jews have a state. There is a political connotation in this Zionism. This is...
Tell me that. There was a clause in Woodrow Wilson's 14 points that is about open sea policy. What is the significance of this clause?
I think, sir, in this specific term, he was talking about international open sea in a sense to navigate
solid rationale behind this.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, who is the beneficiary of War of Independence in 1857?
Beneficiary in the terms of the Hindus were the beneficiary because there was a fall of Muslim empire. And they
बहुत सारे जो हिंदू प्रिंस थे उनकी स्टेट्स भी उनसे छीन गई थी और कौन सही जो बेनिफिशियरी क्लास कौन थी?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, what is the difference between governor general and viceroy? इनके रैंक में क्या डिफरेंस था?
I think, sir, if before the 1857 it was called the viceroy, And after 1857, it was a change of EC to the British government. It was called the Governor General.
इसको रिवर्स कर दें.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Let's close it. Where you stand, अपनी सेल्फ असेसमेंट करो. 1 से 10 के 1 से 10 1 to 10 में कितने नंबर दोगे अपने
I
आप को?
think, sir, 5 marks I will give myself.
देखो बात यह है कि राव साहब, you have done something great by doing this, qualifying this written examination. But you were having a very tough competition in the province of Punjab. ठीक है? Your personality is fine, communication skill तुम्हारे ठीक हैं, you are intelligent, confident हो, knowledge level तुम्हारा poor है. Sitting posture is fine, tone आपकी voice impact ठीक आता है. ठीक है? तो but you need lot of improvement. अभी तुम्हारे पास luckily time है, वरना मैं ये सब ना कहता. ठीक है? You are not in a state of preparedness. अभी तुमने अपने आप को हालत जंग में आए नहीं हो. This is a competition. उस competition में किसके साथ competition है? With all the people who have qualified. तुमने उन्हीं के साथ जंग लड़नी है और एजेस पे जाना है. You need to prepare yourself. Serious knowledge gap है. सतही बात करते हो तुम्हें. अब यूक्रेन और रशिया वार के ऊपर गेनर एंड लूजर के तो पता नहीं कितने आर्टिकल आ चुके हैं. बिल्कुल ही आइडिया नहीं है आपको. ठीक है? तो यू नीड टू वर्क हार्ड. न्यूज़पेपर लो, न्यूज़पेपर कोई ले लो, अंग्रेजी का डॉन ले लो, न्यूज़ ले लो. पिछले 2 या 3 महीने का बैठ के रिव्यू करो. इंटरनेशनल न्यूज़, नेशनल, सोशल इश्यूज, इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज एक दफ़ा पढ़ो. और उनके नोटबुक बनाई हुई है, इंटरव्यू नोटबुक?
Yes, sir.
किस किस्म की बनाई हुई है?
अब सर सब्जेक्ट वाइज भी डिवाइड की हुई है. और
देखो ना, इंटरव्यू नोटबुक ये मैं कह रहा हूँ, एक पेज जैसे पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाते हैं तो 1 2 3 4 पॉइंट होते हैं. तो एक टॉपिक पे 4 पॉइंट.
ठीक है सर.
और इस तरह बनाओ कम से कम 100 टॉपिक पे. तो एवरीथिंग जो कुछ इसमें लिखा है इसकी वेरिफिकेशन होगी. ये दिस इज 80% इसी में से होगा जो तुमने लिख के दिया है. यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ. ठीक है? आप सर,
आप जवाब आपके सतही होते हैं. मतलब आप उसको करें ना, प्रॉज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ पोस्टिंग ट्रांसफर्स के बारे में. आपका जवाब जो था बहुत ही सतही था. उसमें आप दोनों चीज़ें आपको बतानी चाहिए कि पोस्टिंग ट्रांसफर सही हो रही है, नहीं हो रही है, मेरिट पर होती हैं. वो जो सिक्योरिटी ऑफ टेन्योर जो है उसको देखा जाता है या नहीं देखा जाता. तो ये और जो होती हैं चीज़ें इस सिलसिले में, तो इन चीज़ों को आपको एलेबोरेट करना चाहिए. आपने बहुत ही इसी तरह यूनाइटेड नेशंस के बारे में आपने कहा, तो वो भी बड़ा जनरल असेंबली आप भूल ही गए मेंशन करना. जनरल असेंबली में क्या काम होता है, सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल में क्या काम होता है, इनकी वर्किंग कैसे होती है. आप सिर्फ बताया कि जी इसके 4-5 जो है इसे हैं. इसी तरह ये रिफॉर्म्स जो थी ये भी इस पे आप कंफ्यूज थे. आपका जवाब कंफ्यूजिंग था. इट वाज नॉट क्लियर. फॉरेस्ट का नहीं पता आपको, ना रेन फॉरेस्ट का, ना हमारे यहाँ जो फॉरेस्ट है वो भी नहीं पता आपको. वो छांगा वांगा तो आपके नज़दीक है यार.
पिरोवाल का भी है वो पास ही है.
क्यों नहीं बताते आप? रेफरल कभी आप यू आर नॉट क्लियर कि आप जो है ये जो रेफरल सिस्टम जो है क्या है और मतलब इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं, वो आपका जवाब नहीं था, सही नहीं था, क्लियर नहीं है, क्लैरिटी नहीं है. उस पर जंबल आप करते हैं आप अपने आंसर्स को. ठीक है, इसको जाकर कोशिश करें, इसको ओवरकम करने की कोशिश करें. और ये जो सवाल आप जो किए गए हैं, आप घर पे जाकर इनके जवाब सही तरह से, जैसे मैंने कहा आपको, सही क्लैरिटी के साथ जो है देने की कोशिश करें. सही है? आपने है, यू हैव द पोटेंशियल. आपका जवाब मैंने देखा, आपको मालूम है, नॉलेज है, लेकिन आप उसको आप एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर रहे हैं प्रॉपरली.
राव साहब, जो ये पैनलिस्ट ने बताया ड्रेस के बारे में ज़रा केयरफुल Generally, when you go for interview, there are 4 colors that you should look at. Rather, for men, it's 3 colors basically: gray, navy blue, or black. Brown is not a color for the interview. So when you go look for a dress, these are the 3 colors that you should be looking into, right? And then the tie should be coordinated, and the socks should be coordinated, and the shoes should be laced as it is right now also, right? You have a good personality. You have good communication skills. You have basic knowledge. Somehow one felt that you were evasive. You were not going in depth. Either there's lack of profundity in knowledge, or there's lack of expression. Whatever the case, it needs to be addressed. So please practice on that. Have you submitted your personalities for the psychological exam?
No, ma'am.
So I would recommend review this. Choose one person. Okay. 3 लिखोगे ना तो उतने ही ज़्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. सर गंगा राम के ऊपर भी, रूथ फाओ के ऊपर भी, और बराक ओबामा पे भी. एक पर्सनैलिटी लिखोगे, टाइम आपके पास इतना ज़्यादा नहीं कि तीनों पे आप फुल रिसर्च करो. देयर मोर थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन. सो एक शख्सियत रखो और फिर उसके सारे पहलू, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव क्रिटिसिज्म्स जो हैं, उनको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए कि क्या जवाब आपने देना है, उस तरह से तैयारी करना. ठीक है. हॉबीज़ में भी अगर क्रिकेट है तो क्रिकेट के ऊपर सारी स्टडी करें. और क्रिकेट जो चेंज हो गई है, वनडे क्या है, टेस्ट क्या है, चैम्पियन क्या है, पाकिस्तानी सफ़ा क्यों डिड बैडली, यू नो, ऑल दोज थिंग्स. लीग्स जो हैं, आधे गुड आधे बैड, हर पहलू से क्रिकेट को देखो. सीजन्स को निकाल दो, क्योंकि सीजन्स पे फिर आपको इतने सवाल आ सकते हैं जो आप जवाब नहीं दे सकेंगे. ठीक है. और फिर कौन से सीजन देखते हैं आप? उर्दू के देखते हैं, टर्किश देखते हैं, कोरियन देखते हैं, अमेरिकन देखते हैं, ब्रिटिश, कौन से सीजन देखते हैं? तो उसमें इतने सारे सवाल होंगे जो आप उस वक्त नहीं दे सकेंगे. दिस इज़ योर एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज. इसमें वो चीज़ें लिखो जिस तुम्हारी एडवांटेज बने, बजाय ऐसी चीज़ लिखने के जो जवाब ना दो तो अपने मार्क्स खामखा लूज कर जाओ. ठीक है बेटा. अदरवाइज यू फाइन. अपने ऑप्शनल्स को भी टेस्ट कर लो, रिव्यू कर लो, क्योंकि ऑप्शनल्स में भी स्पेशली इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन, इंटरनेशनल लॉ, लाइक आई डिडंट आस्क यू रिकोडिक पे सवाल आ सकते हैं. व्हाई डिड पाकिस्तान लूज, यू नो, व्हाट वाज द सेटलमेंट, आर्बिट्रेशन मैकेनिज्म्स क्या हैं पाकिस्तान में. ये सारे सवाल आपको आ सकते हैं. इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन पे भी आ सकते हैं. पैलेस्टाइन और कश्मीर की भी कंपैरिजन को ज़रा थॉरो स्टडी करो. आपके परमानेंट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव न्यूयॉर्क ऑल्सो स्पोक अ लॉट ऑन दैट. सो डू गो थ्रू इट. You have the ability, just little bit of polishing. I wish you all the best.
आपके पास आपकी कैपेबिलिटी है, यू हैव अ पोटेंशियल, आप आंसर कर सकते हैं, लेकिन एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाए बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस को. आपने जुडाइज्म, ज़ियोनिज्म तो बहुत अच्छा बता दिया, बट आईआर से रिलेटेड बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस जो आप मिस कर रहे हैं. एक चीज़ थोड़ी सी एग्जांपल के तौर पे मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. जैसे अकबर था ना, अकबर ने क्या किया, करीब के एरियाज पे डायरेक्ट अपनी गवर्नमेंट को रूल किया. जो दूर के एरियाज से ना, उनको ऑटोनोमस रीजन बना दिया. दैट वाज सॉर्ट ऑफ फेडरलिज्म. यू गॉट. और जहांगीर साहब ने क्या किया, उसने कहा जी दूर दराज के इलाकों पे भी मैं डायरेक्ट हुकूमत करूंगा. इतनी वास्ट अंपायर को वो लुक आफ्टर नहीं कर सकता था. दैट वाज अ सॉर्ट ऑफ यूनिटरी. तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में ये डिफरेंस था दोनों की. और उसने जो मिस्टेक की, उसका नतीजा क्या निकला, अंपायर कोलैप्स की तरफ चली गई. ठीक है. तो ये आप एग्जेक्टिव, आप डिपार्टमेंट में जा रहे हैं तो आपका एनालिसिस का पावर जो है ना वो स्ट्रॉन्ग होनी चाहिए.
यस सर.
ठीक है. और आप जो है ये पाक अफेयर्स को थोड़ा सा देखिएगा और चीज़ों को रिलेट करना जानिए. ठीक है.
यस.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सो मच.
ठीक है. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सो मच.